Hello guys! So the new boss challenge event has just begun in DML, so we will be jumping straight into it. So this is how the boss challenge looks. We have the little baby dragon that we're sort of going through all of these fights with, and we have to defeat all of these sort of element-based fights, occasionally take on a boss dragon every 3 to 4 fights or so. And when we finish 4 of the rounds in this event, we can actually unlock the brand new Chestnut dragon. So this is an epic with the plant, earth and water elements, so I don't think he'd be a great dragon for a team, but come on, he's pretty cute. At least I think so. I think he looks so cool, especially his egg, and his baby, as you can see right here, he looks almost like a little Viking with his little horns. I don't know, I just find him really, really adorable. And so, obviously, with there being element restrictions, if you have a mostly evenly leveled team, these fights will be easier for you, but between every single fight in the boss challenge, in the past it's always been 2 hours long for the breaks, and so it is the same in this event. So every time you finish a fight, you have to wait another 2 hours to do the next fight. And so just purely for the sake of showing you how it works, I'm going to skip this fight here and take on another fight. So you just have to do this over and over and over again until you actually finish, well, up to the point that you want to, because even if you do unlock the Chestnut dragon, you can still keep going around in these rounds and continue on. And this fight apparently only has a 40-second cooldown. That's interesting. I mean, I did say that I thought that there were going to be some changes in this boss challenge event, and it turns out that that is true. And so this event itself is 7 days long, and we haven't done the full math on how long each of these rounds take, especially if apparently before you get to a boss it's only a 40-second cooldown, which I don't think we've ever had before. But generally with boss challenge events, they are very, very tight in the amount of time that they take to finish. So I'm not sure if this one's going to be the same or not. If we do get you know, a post on the wiki or something like that, just detailing exactly how long this event will take, then obviously I'll update you as the week goes on. But I don't know what to think, because it seems like so far the times have been random, unless they gradually are meant to increase as we go along. I mean, again, I'm just spending the random 30 gems or so that I had left to sort of take a look at this event. Because, I mean, the boss challenges have been an event that I've wanted to see some, at least, minor alterations in since it was released. And yeah, again, we've got a 4-minute timer here as well. So, you know, since they have made it a week-long event, does this mean that each battle will become exponentially longer from this point onwards? And if that's the case, then how come that first fight wasn't like that? And it was just a 2-hour wait for the first fight in the event. That's so random. Okay, I'm not sure if that was intentional, but, you know, either way, you can see that on this level, obviously, because we can use pretty much all of the elements in the game, really not that much of a problem. But the amount of elements that we can use will go down as we go through in this event. So I'm not sure what the primary element's gonna be for this event. I guess we will find out over time. And obviously if you're able to skip some of these fights, it will boost the speed that you can go through the event. And it does mean that you can miss, I guess, resets, quotes, so you don't have to be as, I guess, strict with your time management if you do gem a few of the fights. But I'm just doing it for the sake of showcasing the event. But overall, this is all that you have to do. This will be your entire week's worth of event. Just doing this, doing the next fight, waiting for the next one to come up, just rinse and repeat. So there's no, you know, collecting food, collecting gold, breeding dragons or anything like that. So when the boss challenge goes on, you can essentially do everything else in game as you normally would. So like now we don't have any more gems, so whatever, we will wait another 50 minutes until we can take on this Sparkler Dragon boss. But I hope you get the idea behind how the event works and sort of how it's going to build up now. Again, unless this is unintentional, but it seems like it is meant to increase the more fights that we go through. So, if that's the case, I can only imagine how long the waiting times are going to be for some of the later stages. So I guess we will find out when it comes. But I do really want to get hold of that Chestnut dragon personally. You know, he's a new dragon. Why the heck would I not want to get hold of him, right? But, you know, 30 gems for all of that really isn't too bad. I easily could have just waited. I get that. I get that. No need to complain. I understand. And, you know, I've seen some people saying that altogether there's 2 days worth of leeway in the event. But again, I'm not sure if that's based off of the old event model or if it is based on the new stats and numbers or not. But, you know, whenever they change the events, it's all a learning thing. You know, just testing it out, seeing what the deal is, and working alongside it. But obviously, if you do have, for the most part, evenly leveled dragons, say you've got a lower level account with all of your dragons at like level 20, if you can't complete the event and you really want to, might even be worth it to level up a couple of random dragons. Not that I would suggest that if you have like level 60 dragons, obviously, because wasting that amount of food is never ever a good idea. But when it comes to events like this, do also remember that they're not the be-all and end-all, so is it really worth putting your progress behind in-game by like 6 months just so that you can complete it? I mean, that's up for you to decide only. So along with this boss challenge, we do also have food on sale, which, you know, I still think that these are the worst food deals in history. I genuinely think that the food deals in-game should increase based off of player level, because 3 million food, oh my voice, 3 million food for 1,000 gems is absurd. 3 million food for 650 gems is still absurd. Like, that gets me nothing. I can do a couple of map fights and we will be close to that number in no time anyway. So, I really think that they need to make an alteration to the in-game shop purchase amounts to make them, I don't know, just make people more likely to actually want to purchase them. Because as it stands right now, anyone purchasing those bundles is probably insane. Probably actually insane. Not even exaggerating, I genuinely believe that, because who would spend so much money on 3 million food, which you can get after like 10 fights? It's so bad. Obviously, if you're a newer player, getting a 3 million food from the get-go is very good. But again, I think it really should change depending on what your level is. But hey, I ain't a game designer. I don't work for Gameloft. They do what they want to do. But, you know, we've also got to remember that when we finish rounds in this current boss challenge, we do tend to get rewards for every tier that's completed. So I'm not sure what the tiers for the other rounds are. But obviously, finishing round 4 does get us that new dragon, which is the main draw. And I know that when it's during Divine events, we get Divine tickets as rewards, which, you know, during the last Divine event, that's how you got extra tickets to unlock those chests, which was really handy, and you got quite a few of them. But outside of the Divine events, the other rewards seem sort of kind of mediocre, unless they start giving us habitat limit extenders. If they started doing that, I would be so into these boss challenges. But I don't know if that's the case or not this time. But either way, let me know what you think, and let me know how you're going in the event so far. Obviously, when this goes out, most people aren't going to be spending gems straight away just to, you know, take a look at the event. But, I mean, it's up to you. The boss challenge events are some of the cheaper events that you can gem through, surprisingly enough. Those in the mini solo events, they're really cheap. So, I do think that if you make those cheaper as well, like the total event amounts to skip through the whole thing, it does make people a lot more likely to actually spend through them. So I think it's a pretty sick marketing strategy overall. So if they made other stuff in the game a little bit cheaper, I do think people would spend quite a bit more overall. Because again, you can force one person to spend an obscene amount, or you can force like 1 million people to spend a small to medium amount, and it will work out as more in the end. But hey, I don't really care that much, to be honest with you. I really could not care less. You know, they do what they want. As long as the game stays up and doesn't die tomorrow, I guess that's the main thing that matters at the end of the day. So obviously, if our accounts were going to get shut down, or if the servers were going to shut down, we'd lose all of these beautiful dragons that we've worked years to collect. Nearly 400 of these bad boys. I don't want to lose them tomorrow, amazingly enough. But that is everything to do with the boss challenge that you should need to know. But again, if you have any other questions, or if anything's happening, let me know. But just make sure you're on it with these waiting times. Make sure you're coming back as soon as you can if you have the time to. Because obviously, the more you can log in, like as soon as it says 50 minutes to wait, if you can log in exactly on that 50-minute mark, you are helping your progress so much. So try and do that as often as you can. If you're on PC and you have to go out, I feel for you. It is a lot easier on mobile. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy taking a look at these cute new dragons, and until next time, I will see you then.